Okay, let's talk about that moment. You know the one. You're staring at a receipt or a price tag, trying to figure out the final cost in your head. It's that little bit of mental gymnastics with taxes, tips, and discounts that can sometimes just trip you up. Well, in this explainer, we're going to demystify all of it with one surprisingly simple two-step trick.
Right, it happens all the time. You see the price, you've got it locked in your head, but by the time you get to the register, the number has changed. And you have that split second of, wait, where did that total come from? But what if there was a super simple way to clear up that confusion for good?
Believe it or not, whether the price is going up with a tax or going down with a sale, the calculation is basically the same. It can all be broken down into one simple two-step rule. Seriously, think of it as the master key to handling all that everyday money math with way more confidence.
So here it is. We'll call it the two-step percent problem. Step 1, you just have to find the percent amount. All that means is you multiply the price by the percentage. And the easiest way to do that? Just turn the percentage into a decimal. You just move the decimal point 2 places to the left. Then step 2 is even easier. You either add or subtract that amount from the original price. That's it. That's the entire framework.
All right, let's put this rule into action, shall we? We'll start with the situations that make the final cost go up, things we're all pretty familiar with: taxes and tips.
So let's imagine you just had a fantastic meal. The bill comes and it's a nice round $50. You really like the service, so you want to leave a generous 20% tip. How do you figure out the total?
Let's apply our rule. So for step 1, we find that percent amount. We take the price, $50, and multiply it by the 20% tip, which is 0.20 as a decimal. And that gives us $10. Easy enough. Now for step 2. Since a tip makes the cost go up, we simply add that $10 to the original $50. And boom, just like that, the final total is $60. See? It's a really straightforward two-step process that completely removes all the guesswork.
Okay, so that's what happens when costs go up. But what about when they go down? You know, the good stuff, like discounts and sales? Well, the great news is, it's the exact same two-step process. There's just one tiny little change in that final step.
Let's set a new scene. You found the perfect pair of shoes. They were originally $80. But hey, it's your lucky day. There's a sale for 25% off. So what's the new price going to be?
We're going to use the exact same two-step rule. For step 1, we find the percent amount. $80 multiplied by 0.25 is $20. So your savings are $20. Nice. For step 2, because a discount makes the cost lower, this time we subtract that amount from the original price.
And there it is. The new sale price is $60. It's the same exact logic as before. We just flipped the final step from adding to subtracting. It's a simple and totally predictable method.
So what you've just learned is actually a really practical tool for all those everyday money situations. Once you get the hang of it, you realize it all just boils down to one simple question. Do I add or do I subtract? And here's the whole concept on one screen. It really is this simple. If an amount, like a tax or a tip, is going to make the cost higher, you add. If a discount or a sale is going to make the cost lower, you subtract. That first step, finding the percentage amount, that part is always the same. Only the second step ever changes.
And that really is the core idea here. You can now walk into any store or restaurant and handle these common calculations with so much more confidence, knowing you have this simple little tool to figure it out quickly and, accurately. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Now that you've got this two-step rule down, what other financial calculations that used to seem a little complicated might suddenly feel a whole lot simpler? Keep an eye out. You might be surprised by how much you can now solve. Thanks for tuning in.